Wayne maxing. The goal of every man should be to become Batman. Every man kind of knows in their core that they're Batman, but not every man does try to be Batman. And it's possible, because, I mean, after all, Batman's the most relatable superhero. He literally has no powers. Like, everyone knows this. But the goal of every man should be to become Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne / Batman. Because Bruce Wayne, I think, represents what all men should be. Like, Bruce Wayne stands as the pinnacle of men. It's not hard to see why a lot of people like him. He's jacked, he's in shape, he knows how to fight, beat people up. He's very smart, rich, dresses nice, gets the ladies. He does it all. He's kind of like James Bond, but I think Bruce Wayne takes it a bit further and is a bit more complete as a man, because, like I said, he is good at a lot of different things. He's good at a lot of different skills, because obviously as a man there are different areas and skills that you need to master in order to become like a full, complete man. I think in the modern day, or just for a lot of, just in general, then you see the rich businessman who, like, he's very rich, he's wealthy, but he's kind of not in shape. He's either like a fat old businessman, or even if it's a young guy, he's kind of just like around, you know, like the soft pushover king. And then the actual people with the good physiques, like the warriors, the strong people, are often poor. And when you see someone who has both, that kind of signifies that they have sort of mastered all of the areas of masculinity. And like I said, as young men, we should be Wayne maxing. So on how to do it, I'm going to tell you how. So first off is, I think you need to dedicate yourself to learning. The thing about Bruce Wayne is that he's good at a lot of different areas. Some people call it being a Renaissance man, some people call it, the modern Da Vinci, but I think it's just a mastery of many different areas, whereas he has a nice physique, he's very skilled in martial arts. What you need to do is sort of start to dedicate yourself to becoming better, to mastering all different areas. And one of the most easiest thing to do is building yourself a good body. And it can be done at home, it's done for free, and actually it turns out on your journey, this is actually going to be the easiest thing that you're going to do. I didn't think that before, but once I got in shape and built myself like a body that I liked, then I realized getting in shape is the easiest thing that you will do in this life. Because, I mean, it's free, it's at home, you can do it at home, you know, become a hybrid athlete. You almost, as a young person, owe it to yourself. When you're in your prime, like, we're young now, we're young men, and so we have lots of testosterone, we got a lot of energy, we heal quick. So I think that you owe it to yourself to push yourself as far as you possibly can, to actually see the limits that your body is capable of. And you could actually build more muscle than any other group on the planet. You could, like I said, run farther, faster, punch harder, lift heavier. So if you're young and in your prime, you need to make this a priority. And it starts with getting in shape, and that will build discipline. Number two, like I said, is learning. So you need to dedicate yourself to learning a bunch of different skills. And physical aspect, that can be a part of it, but it comes down to learning a bunch of different areas of knowledge, and what I call the 99% rule. So if you went to like a local Walmart, then if you took off the roof, like let's say we asked everyone there, let's say you're really good at soccer, then what you want to do is actually be better than 99% of people at soccer. So again, you don't need to be the best, and I know they'll put you in the top 1%, but you just need to be better than 99% of people. If we were around ask 99% of people, I could say that I know more about fitness than 99% of people, because like I know a lot. So what you want to do is know more than the average person about a certain skill. Of course, you can take it further if you'd like, but you really want to sort of broach that surface level of knowledge. And again, you can go deeper. You know, Bruce Wayne's very intelligent, he's a master at it, but that is what you do. For business, for example, at the end of 2024, I decided I was going to get good at business. So I made myself a curriculum. Like, I went and created a curriculum of books and websites and things I need to read to learn about business. And it's very basic level. It's kind of like an intro to business. Well, I learned all of that, and I would say I'm pretty good at business. Like, I know a lot about business. I know more than 99% of people. Like, if you went and, again, I have everyone in my family, like, you know, some of them are cooks, some of them are teachers, but I would say I know more about this one topic than most people. And so take that concept and apply it to a lot of different skill sets. Like, if you spent an afternoon, or if you spent a week or a month just researching everything about tying knots and getting good at tying knots, and, you know, the different knots you have for rope climbing and all this stuff, you would be, like, obviously you wouldn't be a master, but people wouldn't be able to tell the difference because you know more than most people. So I would say use the 99% rule and learn more than the average Joe about a certain thing. Now, like I said, there's a common phrase, jack of all trades, master of none. But I actually think that being a jack of all trades is far better because it's not just about the acquisition of a bunch of skills. It's about how you use them in tandem and how you need to be. There's a certain lifestyle you live. Bruce Wayne, Batman, he's dedicated, he has a mission, he is constantly doing things, he's not worried about women. Even though he does get the ladies, then he is good at multiple different areas. So this makes you more well-rounded as a person, as a man. And if you go to like a guy, like if you were to marry a girl, and then her dad looks at you, like you're gonna look like the jackpot. Like, oh, the dad's gonna think his daughter hit the jackpot because you're just so skilled in multiple different areas. You're just not a one-trick pony. Do not be a one-trick pony. Be good at multiple different things. This is how you Wayne Max. This is how you Bruce Wayne Max. Learn to dress well. Like I said, be jacked, in shape. Be really good at social skills. Read a lot of books. Get better at public speaking. Learn a different trade. Learn how to fix things. Fix cars. Fix technology, electronics, things like that. Be really good at map reading, hunting, hiking, climbing. There's a plethora of skills. And the best part about it is that on this journey to master all these skills, you will find something that you probably quite enjoy yourself. Like all men should go on this quest of just learning a bunch of different skills and sort of broaching. Call it like in high school, we had introduction to the arts. And so for a few weeks at a time, we would we would get a taste of each of the different classes. And then after that, we would choose what was going to be our major. Like, for instance, we took drawing, dance, and music. But we took a little bit of each of them. And then once we did all three, we decided, okay, which would you like the most? And pick that one. To do this for being a man is going to get you closer to being like Bruce Wayne. And it's just going to lead to an overall better lifestyle. That's going to be part number 3. Part number 3 is that leads to a better lifestyle. Like I said, you have to think about the mentality of someone like Bruce Wayne, where, like, what is Bruce Wayne? He is religiously disciplined. He is pursuing all of his goals, and he has a purpose that he is driven towards. He's not sucked away by all these earthly lusts and all these degenerate sort of bad vices, because he has a mission that he knows he needs to complete, and he is dedicated to completing it. Batman, maybe he'll drink alcohol if he's at like a party and he's masquerading as Bruce Wayne, but Bruce Wayne is not going to do those things. The real Bruce Wayne is the one who learned from the Tibetan monks, who learned how to climb mountains, who learned how to fix a car, how to survive in the desert on his own, how to use all these skills, these knives and guns. But all of it is to create a better lifestyle. And the thing is, you need to find your Gotham. You need to find your Gotham, your mission, your purpose that you are serving, and that you are dedicating yourself to every single day, religiously, mind and body, to work very hard at and make it your goal. So, I want you to find your purpose, number 1. And then in the pursuit of that purpose, you need to become like Bruce Wayne and just master everything and be a jack of all trades man. Do not neglect one area or go too far in one area. If you find that you like, for instance, rock climbing on your mission, then that's great. You could be a rock climber, but do not be that guy who is just good at one thing and he sort of neglects the others. And like, it's very fantastic that you are in shape, but you're kind of degenerate and have bad social skills. You want to be very well-rounded and good at a lot of different things, because this is what makes you stand out. What stands out is when they see a rich guy who is well-dressed and is actually jacked. Not like when he's standing next to the fat rich guy, they're gonna go, like, if women had to pick, they'll go with the jacked rich guy, because like he is not only rich, but he didn't have to give up his body for it. Like he stayed jacked. So, like I said, all this is to be Wayne Maxing. You need to become like Bruce Wayne. That is the goal of every man. The goal is to become Bruce Wayne, jacked, intellectual, skilled, and rich, well-dressed, well-spoken, handsome, gets the ladies. Easy. Subscribe and join Project 30, where you're going to become rich before the age of 30. All right. This actually path, I'm actually building the path to become like Bruce Wayne now. So if you would like to know how, subscribe and join the rest of us, because we're going to be rich by the age of 30.